What's up, fellas? What's up with it? Get up in here. Oh yeah, get up in here. Get up in here. Get up in here. Let's get it popping. Get up in here, fellas, and let's get it popping. You dig? Let's get it popping. Get at me in the Gmail, Rails Fargo 12. Let me sit the seat up a little bit. Yeah. Get at me in the Gmail, Rails Fargo 12 at gmail.com. Get at me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at the Real Rails FA1. You already know what time it is, fellas. You already know what time it is. The links are definitely in the chat area. The links are definitely in the chat area. Get at me on the PayPal, the Cash App, the Rumble, and the Patreon. And hit the membership button, fellas. Last but not least, you already know when it comes to, hitting that shit, fellas. Hit the notification bell. It's in one of those corners, that white bell. Hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted on these videos every time I go live, fellas. You'll be customized to all the videos I'm going live with. And we're here to talk about this game. We're here to get it cracking. Let's get it popping, and let's do what we got to do up in here, fellas. And yeah, once again, fellas, like, share, and subscribe, fellas. It's very important for you to do that. She's right, fellas. Listen up. She's right, 100%. Listen up to what she's saying, fellas. I've always said this. Now you great get it from a woman's point of view and her perspective and how they look at things. You know what I'm saying? But I've always tried to give it to you guys. Y'all want to listen to me. Y'all want to listen to guys such as myself who's been putting this kind of knowledge out here. Y'all don't want to listen to us. You want to listen to these bitches. So I found a video, right, of a chick. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I'm looking. I'm like, hold up. Let me bring this onto the platform. And I found this myself, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at some shit on what's that motherfucker on IG. So I, got it all, copied it, whatever, to bring it here, saved it and whatever to bring it over here. So I'm like, yeah, we need to talk about this. And this is definitely need to be talked about. Not all men are treated equal, fellas. And a woman's about to break this down to you. And I've said this shit countless and countless of times over and over and over again. When you hear OG dudes and when you hear a lot of these guys say, you got to pay at the end of the day anyway. All man pay something. All man got to do. No, they don't. I'm telling you, no, the fuck they don't. And since you guys didn't believe me, since you guys thought that, and I'm going to break down the attractiveness that she's talking about in this video just as well, so you guys won't get it confused thinking she's talking about your looks. Attractiveness is beyond your looks, fellas. It's the aura of your being. It's who you are. And we're going to break that down just as well. Pedro in this motherfucker, the homie Pedro. What's up, KC? It's crazy. We got to ask now if they were born a guy or a girl nowadays. To be honest with you, man, I never had that problem in my life. I never ran across that, in my life, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 43, I'll be 44 in a couple of months. And I never ran across that situation. And the reason why, fella, because I know how to spot. I've been dealing with so many women all my life. I mean, I've fucked a lot of women in multiple races. I've done time. The main thing, I've done time. I was in prison. So I can, you know what I'm saying? I can break down and discern, the difference between a man and a woman, and a motherfucker who's had surgery, a motherfucker who's really not a woman, motherfucker, who's trying to play in that field of being a woman, and it can be the high-tech surgeons they have, fellas. I'm still gonna know what's up. The reason why is because I'm aligned with myself and I'm aligned with God. When you're aligned with yourself, and it's deep, fellas, let me explain something to you. When you're aligned with yourself and you align yourself with God, then no weapon shall form against you. It will never trick you. It will never manipulate you. It will never deceive you, because you will be tapped into your intuitions and your gut feeling. You'll be tapped into who you are and what you know in your environment, everything around you, your experiences, your game. You'll be tapped all the way in and be like, something ain't right about this. And trust me, I don't know how to really explain it, but if you're tapped into yourself, fellas, and you're tapped into God, you will never be manipulated. No, not at all. I can tell by the walk. I can tell by the leg structure. I can tell by the neck structure, jaw structure, a lot of things can't be reconstructed on a person that's trying to, manipulate someone, or a person that's trying to act as if they're another, sex or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? If you're tapped into your well-being, fellas, you cannot be manipulated with this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can. But if you're not tapped into it, you're easily gonna fall for it. You can easily be deceived, and then there's a lot of cases out here where you had a lot of young men that went to prison, and y'all seen it. We did. I think we covered a couple on, probably one or two of, not that many, of young men being deceived by these kind of, those kind of people. And we don't knock those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody are free to have the free will to do them and do what they want to do. But when you crossing the line and deceiving people, that's when I step in and I say something as a masculine man, because that's not cool. Especially deceiving a young men that's their vulnerability is at its highest level, because they not really sexually engaged and they not sexually out there, so they're sexually frustrated. So they're sexually devalued, and when they come across women or something that perceived to be a woman, then they go right at it instead of just stepping back, like, hey, something ain't right about this, because their experience is not there. And it all deeply boils down, it all deeply boils down to your experiences. If you experience a whole lot of women, you can't be deceived. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to the homie Pedro, the New Era Music, coming up in here, because we talked about this on IG and shit. And it's crazy how little homie got deceived like that. Like I said, Pedro, like I'm always tell you, I was a little homie. I'm not going to do nothing to delete someone and, go to prison because I was manipulated. Being manipulated don't really count, because that's cowardly shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't count. You manipulating and deceiving someone into something. But hands and feet is definitely going to get put on you, to the, to coma status. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to sleep for about 9-10 days, possibly a month. You know what I'm saying? And be in it. You got to go talk to God, and then come on back and then recognize your mistakes and your flaws of what you've done, and then change and be back on course and not never do these things again, because the next time it can be a deletion. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting that into that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I'm suing like I said, liberation movement. I'm suing surgeons. I'm suing hospitals. I'm suing whoever allowed this bullshit to go on. I'm going higher up to the president. I got to get mine. Fuck that. I'm not getting deceived like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I gotta watch what I say, and strike you for certain things. So you get what I'm saying. Fellas, but let's get into this game and let's listen to what she got to say. Listen up, fellas. Get up in here and listen up.
Men are not playing by the same rules. All men are not created equal. I made that video talking about D'Angelo's brother because I wanted to prove a point. A lot of times when I do stuff, it's to prove a point. I go back and forth arguing with dudes on this app all the time about handsome privilege, right?
I don't know who D'Angelo brother is. I don't know who D'Angelo is. I don't know what she's talking about, but we're engaging into her talking in general to all you guys out here that thinks this way. Because D'Angelo and D'Angelo brother could be you guys. Y'all think this same fucking way, right? So let's listen to what she's saying.
And how men are not created equal, just like women are not. Men who are attractive, they do not play by the same rules as average men. They do not play by the same rules as very unattractive men, right?
Now, when she say that men don't get treated as equal, just like women don't. Now, what does she mean, just like women don't? A lot of you guys will get with a woman based on her looks, based on her, ass, skin complexion, her hair length. The bitch is bad. She's a baddie. She's a dime, the way you perceive and look at her. You'll get with her for that. You know what I'm saying? But you'll get an average Joe Blow bitch that walk right by you and shit. Maybe, she's cool on the okay side. She may be fuckable, may not be fuckable. And you would treat the so-called baddie way better than your average bitch. And the reason why you treat that baddie better than the average bitch is because you're sexually attracted to that baddie and you're into that baddie. And you feel like to keep that baddie, you got to pedestalize that baddie. To keep that baddie, you got to do everything under your against your will to go against your masculinity to keep the baddie in position, such as trick, such as simp, such as bend over backwards, become a homie the clown type motherfucker for this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You tiptoeing, walking on eggshells. You become that motherfucker for this baddie. But this other average bitch, you treat her any kind of way, talk to her any kind of way, you ghost her, you lie to her, you do all type of shit because you feel like they're not equal. You guys do that shit. That's what she's saying. Now, when she say that unattractive man get treated different than attractive man, don't take it for your looks, fellas. Don't take it for your facial feature. You are who you are. God made you who you are. You better be proud of who you are. Embrace who you are. That's what makes you attractive. That's one. Two, your behavior. That's what makes you attractive. Three, your confidence. That's what makes you attractive. Four, you've been very assertive. That's what makes you attractive. Five, your dominance. That's what makes you attractive. Six, your approach. That's what makes you attractive. Should I keep on running down the list? That's attractiveness coming from a woman's point of view, not your looks. You are who you are. Mr. Man want to go get stelts put in his legs and become a 7 foot tall motherfucker when he was really 5'2". Like, come on now. Y'all seen videos of that type of crazy shit. Bozo shit. A man that's not into himself, so he become insecure. He lacks confidence, so he beats and shame himself behind not being the person who he think he should be. That's unattractiveness. Now you get what I'm saying? These things get deep when you're looking through the lens of a woman, fellas. And I'm not saying be a bitch. I'm not saying become a woman and act like a woman or what. I ain't know, fellas. But you got to experience women by dealing with them, and then you can see through the lens of women. You would know what it is. Like, share, and subscribe, fellas. Hit that PayPal, that Cash App, that Super Chat. Y'all get in this game. Get at me in the Rumble. Get at me on the Patreon just as well, fellas. The links are definitely right there. Y'all see them lit up. Let's go. Let's get back to what you're talking about.
They get privileges that a lot of men will never get the experience. When men sit up talking about all men have to pay to play.
Oh, no, she did say they get privileges that all men, your basic average man, don't get. She's not lying. And the privileges that they get, fellas, hold on real quick. And the privileges blah, 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 that they get, fellas, is treatment that you will never get as an average man. Let me break that down. I'm not going to get into depth because I got shit like this on Patreon, you know, privileges and what men receive, your average man don't receive, and your man that's top tier. Top tier doesn't mean the way people look at you, fellas. Top tier is how you look at you. That what ignites people to look at you. That's what ignites them to look at you a certain way because you look at you a certain way. You're top tier. Everyone else gonna look at you as top tier. You treat yourself like top tier. You come off if you're top tier. Your behavior wise is top tier, and you align yourself in a top tier manner. So people gonna treat you like that. You get it? Now it starts back with you. It's gonna always start with you being that person before you get the world to seeing you being that person. You get it? Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Now, the privileges that the man receives, the attractive man receives. I remember I broke down attractiveness. Don't think about your looks, fellas. Erase that. Erase the looks. Throw that shit away and burn it up. Don't think about your looks. I broke down the attractiveness, and there's more to it. If you can come on with it, and I can come on with it, we can put more to it. Now, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, got things to do, so we ain't gonna be able to show that long. Now, what I mean by that, fellas, is the privileges you're gonna receive from her is sexual privilege, sexual encounters, and top tier sex that the average guy won't get. That's one. Her being jovial, her being lit up, her being into herself behind fucking with you because you're into you. That's two. That's like a cataclysm. You cause her to be this better person because she's fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? And a cataclysm, fellas, is something, a force that strikes another force, basically. So if you're that force and you can strike another force to become a force, that's a cataclysm. You dig what I'm saying? It's you. It starts with you. Now, the privilege the next average guy won't receive, it can be gifts, it can be all type of sort of arrangements on her end that's beneficial for you fellas. It can be her um um damn, what I meant to say. It can, gifts and everything that can be brought forth on her end, fellas. It can be her being more clean into helping you accelerate in your businesses and things that you got going on. Her actually playing that feminine and being, not really playing it, but actually being in that feminine role, because she can only play that shit with males. She can't play that shit with a man. So she can only be in her feminine role with a man. And everything, the perks, fellas, that comes with a woman being a woman because she's fucking with a man. I'm telling you, fellas, and it's deep, that the next person won't receive. That's why you get dudes running around here saying, "No, man, you know what I'm saying? I gotta let this bitch go, man, and get another bitch, man. This bitch tripping. She argue with me, she curse at me, she disrespect, she's fucked up, and she foul mouth, she's combative. This bitch, boom, boom, boom. I gotta get another bitch." He's not knowing that if he get rid of that bitch, the next bitch gonna be the same way because it's him. He don't know how to carry himself. He's not attractive. He's not it. He's not that dude. Now you get it? See this? I'm telling you, fellas, and listen to what she's saying.
No, they don't. Right? But this is something that you will never fully understand because you've never been in the place of an extremely attractive man. So in your mind, you just can't even conceptualize that there's men who just have to exist and women just throw themselves at them. But if you don't believe it, you can go through my comment section and you can clearly see on that video how women are when a man is attractive. And this is why I continuously tell men that physical attraction, sexual attraction is the best attraction that you can get from a woman.
Now, physical attraction, fellas, is not the best attraction you get from a woman. I'm telling you. And the reason why is because that's subjective. A woman can be physically attracted to a linky type guy. She can be physically attracted to a muscular type guy. And yes, fellas, all women, just like all men, will love an in shape type person. But your attraction is your attraction. Can't change that, right? Now, she can be physically attracted to a guy that got a little belly on him. You know what I'm saying? Now, sexual attraction is the key. Sexual attraction is the key. But physical attraction can't really spark sexual attraction unless she's physically attracted to you and who you are. You get what I'm saying? That will spark her sexual attraction. Otherwise, fellas, it's not going to really spark it. What sparks her sexual attraction, fellas, is your behavior, your confidence, her comfortability behind your behavior and your confidence. That's what sparks that sexual attraction. I don't care what nobody else say. Physical attraction is always going to be subjective. Now, in her eyes, you got to remember, fellas, she's looking through the lens of her just as well too. She's talking for all women, but she can also revert back to look into the lens of her. That's what gets her attracted, is physical attraction. That's what sparked her sexual attraction. But all women, no, not at all. Because she can get with a physical guy that she can be physically attracted to and then lose sexual attraction for this dude because the shit that he's saying out of his mouth. His game is weak. He don't know how to really talk to her. You know what I'm saying? He really don't know how to really, because all women really, when they see that you're physically attracted to them and what they like, sexually attracted to them, your behavior's on point, that's when they be like, he can't be that dude. He that motherfucking dude. He's that dude, I'm telling you. But he can't be that dude unless I test him. Then she gonna put out her little test. And then she put out her little test to a physical attraction guy that she's physically attracted to. He may fail that motherfucker. Damn, girl, why you on some bullshit like that? I mean, this how you is. See, that's how you women be. She like, oh, he's weak. He's that's how we all are. Like he's really categorizing all women to like what the fuck. Now he's getting off into being more misogynist like and what he'd have heard on the internet. And that's just today's time guy. That's how they really act. They get weak and they fail that shit. And she like, damn, I done seen this dude for what I thought he was a shit until he opened his mouth. They test like that, fellas. Now she can get with a guy that's okay, attractive in the physical area. He might not be real physically attractive, but the shit he's saying, his confidence is way high to where it's turning her on sexually. And she can test him. And he be on this shit. What? She be, you know, that shirt you wearing, I just don't, man, this shirt got me looking fine as a motherfucker. Everybody love this shirt, man. Yeah, what? You crazy? I love this motherfucker. And then you get off into your shirt and how that shit's so fly to you and how every motherfucker like it. Then she'll be, that bitch, she stand her toes. She stand down. She, okay, you know, I can't really move this motherfucker. That'll get the pussy tingling right there, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling, listen to me, fellas.
Dangling money in front of her will only make her want to use you.
Yep.
And if you want to be used, that's fine. I love that for you. But if you actually want a woman who, when she see you, she just wants you strictly off the fact that she's so attracted to you, that's a different level of attraction. That's the type of attraction a man should want. You shouldn't want her to have to think about all the things that you can do for her financially in order for her to get turned on.
Oh, she hit you motherfuckers below the belt with that one, ain't she? That's true. That's true, bro. That's true. That's so true. And she won't even be turned on, fellas. That'll, you know, check this out. Have you ever fucked with a bitch and she told you, and I don't know, you guys may have it, you may not, I don't know. And then whoever listening, get up in here and holler at me. I gotta make myself come. When you hear women say that when you fucking her or whatever, I gotta make myself come. That's in that realm of her have to turn herself on and incite herself because she's not automatically sexually attracted to you. She's not automatically sexually excited behind fucking with you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So she got to turn herself on by what you do for her. You get what I'm saying? And you can get off and you can slang the dick. She can get up, come, oh yeah. I mean, moan and do all these things and get off into the, you know what I'm saying? But that's not turning her on sexually to you. She got to make herself come. She got to turn herself on behind the shit you can do for her. Other than that, if you can't do these things for her, she can easily lose everything for you. She can lose the fake love, the fake likes, the fake cares. She can lose the fake sexual attraction. She can lose all these things for you with ease. Like it'll come like that. Simply because she's not sexually attracted to you. And that's what she's talking about right here, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Not all men get that treatment. You know what I'm saying? Not all men, you know what I'm saying, wet that pussy and tingle that pussy, fellas, due to the sound of his voice and the things that he's saying out of his mouth. Not all men can move like that. Now, recognizing yourself is not being that man for certain women. That's cool. Back out of that and go fuck with the women that you're the man for. You know what I'm saying? And there's you gonna have and every man on earth, fellas. It goes back to the old hustling days that I used to hear from the OGs back in the days when I was a young dude, 13, 14, just trying to get my bones wet, getting out there hustling or whatever, making money. They should always tell me, don't be too greedy. There's enough for you, and there's enough for every hustler out here just as well. Get yours and get out the way. Get yours and get out the way. There's going to be a portion of women for you, fellas. Not all of them going to like you. But as long as you got that portion for you, fellas, that's good enough. That's okay. But you got to recognize that portion that's for you. You got to know that portion. You got to know your bitches. And shouts out to Ron Wills. He said something like this. And if you listen to Ron Wills, he said this a while back. He said, know your tribe. And that's real shit. You got to know who you're aligned with. Or you would try to get out here and align yourself with women that's not aligning themselves with you. And some men force that alignment and then they'll feel like the bitch is really into them and she really likes them. And when she's really settling for them, she's accepting you to settle for you because her shit to dried up and things ain't working on her end. You're that motherfucker who's gonna do the things that these other guys ain't gonna do, or whatever the case. You get what I'm saying? And you play yourself like that. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all get at me in the PayPal, the Cash App, the Super Chat, the Rumble, the Patreon. Get at me. The links are definitely there, fellas. Let's go.
All right, she can't get turned on to even think about you in a sexual way unless she can think about all of the money and things that you can buy her versus she just look at you and she wants you. But again, y'all are not playing by the same rules. A lot of y'all will never get to experience that. You will never get to have women just off the strength of you looking the way you do. You will have to pay to play. You will have to be an exceptional man. You will have to be a top tier man in every aspect in order to get the same treatment that a man who is just simply attractive gets. And I know that's hard to accept, but we women have to accept it. We're not.
Yes, that's true. You're going to have to pay to play. You're going to have to put up or shut up. You're going to have to take her to events and dates and trick on her and monkey dance and circle flips and do all that shit to get her to be a little bit attracted to you in a way to where she can stomach fucking you. You get what I'm saying? Instead of just being that man pulling up on who you are. You know what I'm saying? I got a situation now. Just hit me on the text on one of my other phones. My other phone over on the charger. Yeah, you know. That's how it is, fellas. You know, you be that man, you become that guy, and how you become that guy, fellas, is tapping into you. You can't become that guy off other people and what they think. You gotta become that guy by tapping into you. You know what I'm saying? And you bitches gonna fuck with you for you, and then you gonna look up. You gonna have a vast majority of bitches fucking with you. A lot of bitches fucking with you for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's real shit. But you got to be that dude within yourself, fellas. There's no other way. There's no other way it's gonna happen.
Created equal. We don't all play by the same rules. There's a hierarchy when it comes to women. You're more attractive versus you're less attractive, and the benefits the more attractive ones get, the lower ones don't. The things that more attractive women can get away with that less attractive women can't. That's just what it is.
And there you have it. And there you have it. And there you have it, fellas. Now think about all the women that you ever dealt with. Think about all the women that's in your surroundings. Think about all the women that you see right now walking around you. The women that you don't even fucking know. You can just look out to the abyss and see bitches. And just think about every woman that you ever, social media, wherever you come across a chick's face at. Remember, look at your mother. Look at your grandmother. Look at your daughter. If she's up age, you know what I'm saying? Look at your daughter. If she's a legal age, look at them. They all think that way. I'm sorry, fellas, but they all think that way. And this is where you get your separations from the attractive guys and your non-attractive guys. The majority, 90% of your men out here, 95% of your men out here, fellas, and they can have the look features and the facial features and all that shit. There's a large percentage of men. They can have the body, they can have the shape, they can have the height, they can have the curly hair, the long dreads, the bald head, the fades, or whatever, the skin complexion, whatever, right? That you may think, okay, bitches is going to be on to that. Bitches is going to be into that. All them guys, the majority of your 95 to 98% of these dudes out here are unattractive because who they are as a person. Oh, hit the like buttons when you get up in here, or if you come up in here. If you scared by, if you binge watch this shit, hit the like, share, and subscribe. They all unattractive because who they are as a person, as an individual. The majority of these guys follow behind bitches. That's one of the number one things that make you unattractive. I mean, that's real game. The majority of you gotta listen to what these bitches got to say. That's one of the things that make you unattractive. Majority of guys believe what other motherfuckers say, and they worry about what people think about them and they look for validation. That's what makes you unattractive. Trust me. Get up in here, fellas. Once again, shouts out to the homie Pedro. Shouts out to the homie Pedro for coming up in here showing love like he always do. Get at me in the PayPal, the Cash App, the Rumble, and the Patreon. And I'm about this motherfucker. Y'all know what time it is, fellas. Before you leave the spot, you dig? Hit that like, share, and subscribe, and let your peoples know that I exist and this game is here and it's here to stay. Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll. You dig what I'm saying? Holla.